Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for October 28th. October 28th is the 301st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 302nd in leap years, with 64 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Clement. Clement is an adjective that means mild or merciful in disposition or character, lenient, compassionate. In regards to weather, it means mild or temperate, pleasant. I'd like to take a moment to mention that links to my research are included in the show notes. Ask you to go ahead and click that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with others. Let's see, there's a link to a playlist of other of the videos that I've made about this day in history. There is a link in the show notes, and I will make sure to put a link up in the iCards there in the corner there as well. And with that, we're going to start with, oh my goodness, what a little patent place of interpersonal drama and international drama in the ancient Roman Empire was. About need a scorecard to keep track of everybody. Being an emperor of the ancient Roman Empire was a tough gig and hard to survive. This first item is about a fella known as Nerva, N-E-R-V-A, Nerva. Over the course of 4 decades, Nerva served under 7 emperors, beginning with the despot Nero. That Nero was a bad guy. And continuing on through Domitian. We've mentioned many of those emperors in various day in history videos. Of those 7 emperors, 3 were assassinated, 2 committed suicide, and 2 died of natural causes. Anyway, at nearly 66 years of age, Nerva was proclaimed emperor after the murder of Domitian, and is considered the first of the 5 good emperors. Good job, Nerva. Anyway, on October 28th in the year 97 AD, Emperor Nerva was forced by the Praetorian Guard to adopt General Marcus Ulpius Trajanus, also known as Trajan. It might have been Trajanus. I didn't look up the pronunciation on that. But he's more commonly known as Trajan, so we'll just call him Trajan. Was forced to adopt General Trajan as his heir and successor. And it's a good thing he did, because he only served as emperor for about 15 months before he suffered a stroke and died his own self at the age of 67. Speaking of Roman emperors, Maxentius was proclaimed Roman emperor on October 28th in the year 306. 6 years later, on October 28th, 312, Constantine I defeated Maxentius, becoming the sole Roman emperor in the West. I think back then maybe they had regional emperors. And I didn't look that up, so... Jumping back to the Roman Empire yet again, this is the birthday of the Holy Roman Emperor Henry III, born October 28th, 1017. He only lived to the age of 39, and I looked and looked and looked to see what took him, because 39's not that old, and, he wasn't killed in battle. But all I could find was that he must have had some sort of illness. Most of the articles I could locate were nearly verbatim copies of each other, which is annoying. They hint at the notion that he was preparing Italy and Germany for his death, but if it said anything about what ailed him, I certainly wasn't able to find it. Anyway, Henry III, the Holy Roman Emperor, passed away at the age of 39. Bejing was officially designated the capital of the Ming Dynasty on October 28th in the year 1420, when the Forbidden City was completed. On October 28, 1492, Christopher Columbus landed in Cuba on his first voyage to the New World. The Massachusetts Bay Colony voted to establish a theological college on October 28, 1636. This would later become Harvard University. The novel Gulliver's Travels was published on October 28, 1726. U.S. President Grover Cleveland dedicated the Statue of Liberty on October 28, 1886. Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 6 in B minor, Pathétique, received its premiere performance on October 28, 1892, only 9 days before the composer's death. On October 28, 1919, the U.S. Congress passed the Volstead Act over President Wilson's veto, paving the way for Prohibition to begin the following January. Italian fascists led by Benito Mussolini marched on Rome and took over the Italian government on October 28, 1922. This is the birthday of American singer-songwriter, fiddle player, and guitarist Charlie Daniels, born October 28, 1936. I was very sorry to hear of his passing this last July of 2020. He was 83. Seems like a lovely man. This is the birthday of Microsoft co-founder and billionaire Bill Gates, born October 28, 1955, and he turns 65 in 2020. Also the birthday of Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinehad. That is a mouthful of name right there. Mahmoud Ahmadinehad. Born October 28, 1956. He turned 64 in 2020. In the continuing saga of the Cuban Missile Crisis, Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev ordered the removal of Soviet missiles from Cuba on October 28, 1962. Big sigh of relief there. This is the birthday of blogger Matt Drudge, founder of the Drudge Report. I haven't ever read that, but I've heard about it. He was born October 28, 1966, and turns 54 in 2020. And the birthday of actress Julia Roberts, October 28, 1967. She turns 53 in 2020. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something you didn't know before. I know I sure did. I always do. As always, links to my research is included in the show notes there, along with the playlist to the This Day in History video series that I've completed so far. That playlist will also be in the iCards. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, give it a like, consider subscribing. Feel free to share this video with others. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.